out on a sandbar, sound bank like this, there's all kinds of interesting stuff popping up. I mean, all kinds of pieces of glass from old bottles. A lot of this stuff has been washed up from underground. You can see an old, right here, an old light from like an old vehicle or a tractor or something. And then we got some really pretty pieces of glass, some really nice kind of blues and greens. And then you can see the remnants of a bunch of old Coke bottles here. This is a cool bottom of a bottle. Unfortunately, it's broken, but look at the bottom of that. That's cool. And right here, we got an old, this is like an old Mountain Dew or Sprite bottle, something like that. Haven't found but a couple of complete ones yet, but I have found one, a Sprite, and then this one. So as I'm looking around here, there's all kinds of stuff, bricks, old pieces of plates and stuff, really pretty pieces of glass. But then as I was looking over here, I saw something that looked like an unusual part of a rock, almost like obsidian. And yeah, sure enough, look at this. This, folks, is an arrowhead. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, it's beautiful. And this is made out of flint, folks. So this is not a typical stone used to make arrowheads in this part of the country. In western North Carolina, usually it's out of other things, out of like quartzite and stuff. So this is a really, really cool find. You can see all the flakes. Goodness, can I please zoom on this better? There we go. Look at all those flakes. This has definitely been worked on. It's got an edge. That's awesome. This is always how you find them, right? Just like this, where there's always a glimmer of hope, like, well, maybe that thing isn't broken. It's got to be broken, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, and look at that, just on the top there. But made you think that maybe, probably an old Coke bottle as well. All right, it's hard to see. You got to be looking real close, but look what I came across right here. Look at that. It's a nice green marble. Very cool. Oh, so out back there, up on the hill, is Warren Wilson College, and this is an agricultural college, and you can see this large field here behind. Now, where I'm heading, I parked up near the school, and now I'm just gonna cut across this field here. You can see that when Hurricane Helene came through, this entire valley was flooded. I mean, water all the way up to where I'm standing, and you can see that it left just a bunch of sand and stuff and things on the field here. But so I'm heading towards the river to see if we can find some old things that were turned up during the storm, bottles and things like that, and pick up some trash and that sort of thing. But it's a beautiful day, and I'm really hoping we find some cool stuff. It's such a pretty area here. Coming across here, you can see these deer tracks rolling right through here, all the way down across. But look at this, just this is all just mud that collected up from the storm, folks. And this is gonna be a tough thing. Look at this, and it completely covered up this electric fence here that was here at one time. There's not much left of that. It's all buried in the ground now. So I don't know what they end up doing to help to get this back into a good planting condition, because it's just so completely stuck in mud. And you can see something walk through here, something with big, I don't know if that was cattle or a person or what. But I'm trying to make my way across, hoping I'm not going to get stuck in the middle of this field and all the mud. If I can just make it to the dry patches over here, I think I'm going to be fine. What do we got here? This is a ball of some kind. Just in the middle of the field, washed up here. There's no telling. Oh, look at this, another one. I have no idea what left that, or if it just washed up here like everything else. All right, we made it to the other side. There's a large building here that they've got that certainly was, it was flooded, I'm sure, as well. And, why not? We'll just peek through here and see. They would have had animals or I don't know what in here Look at these interesting mushrooms growing up out of the ground in the shade here. But if we come back out, I'll show you as we come to the river, to the area here. We're getting close, but you're gonna start seeing just the sheer volume. I mean, like this right here gives you an idea. If I step over, and then it's just like here along the river, everything just torn up, and you can see how everything's just sort of laying down. There's debris. You can't quite see all the debris yet, but you're gonna see it real fast. Just everywhere you look, just piles of stuff everywhere. And then all of a sudden you look down and, oh look, here's somebody's CD collection washed up here. What do we got? All right, R. Kelly. Okay, my goodness, what else we got here? John Legend, Robin Thicke. Boy, they really liked those people that got in trouble for all their antics. R. Kelly. Boy, got a lot of R. Kelly in here. Goodness. Mary J. Blige. Ugh. We got some in here. Oh, man. Some more. Goodness. Well, let's grab that. Throw her in the trash. I'm not even to the river yet. All right, now we're talking. So, along this river, I'm trying to find interesting glass. I'm going to be looking for some bottles, and this is cool right here. Look, a lot of times you'll just get basic patterns, but this is cool. Beautiful little flower on here. That's a cool piece. These are kinds of things, folks, that could be sold. Like, people use these for crafting and stuff. But you can see right here, we've got an old part of a bottle. This is probably an old Coke bottle or an old soda bottle. But when you come across big old piles of this stuff that's different colors and different whatever, my guess is we've come across either just a dumping spot where stuff was left, but my guess is we're probably close to an actual dump site that as the water and stuff came in through here, it churned up a bunch of stuff that has been buried for perhaps decades. And I'm hoping we could find some bottles, maybe some complete ones, or some other interesting things. You never know what might pop up. And you can even see, like, looking really close down here, look, this is some glass there too. Some more, and it's just green, and it was not it was just a tiny little piece. But I am very hopeful that we're going to find some cool stuff. So I'm not going to show you every piece of junk that I find, but I'll try to bring you along with some cool stuff. Here's a nice tiny piece of cobalt glass right there, and I love to find me some cobalt stuff. I could find a cobalt glass or like an old Coke bottle or something that's complete. That would be fantastic. So this is what I brought today, is this like extending deal, and this way I can kind of scratch at stuff without having to lean over constantly. But you can see down in here, there's some green glass, and then there's a nice piece of cobalt. Get off of me. Yeah, I mean, it's just blue glass. It's not that big of a deal. But again, people use this stuff for crafting, so why not? I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to try to find some things that I can sell. And if not, like, at least I got this trash off the river. Every little bit helps. It is a beautiful day out here. But you can see, here's like a child's, little plaything here. And as I'm looking down the horizon, you can kind of see that sparkly, and I'm thinking that's going to be a good place to look. Look at this right here. You see that? You see all this right here? You can't quite see how it's shining, but that is a ton of glass. My guess is that's exactly what I'm looking for, is an area that was an old dump site that's been churned up. Maybe we can find some treasures there. So to show you what I'm doing, like, I'm coming to areas that you can tell have some glass, and I'm just kind of basically do this, kind of pull some stuff down, see if maybe something pops up of interest. I mean, there's all kinds of glass. Look at this right here. That's not complete. I can even tell by looking at it. But, that's the kind of thing I'm hoping to find, but just a more complete. There's a metal lid to something. All kinds of pieces of brick, old brick. Oh, here's an interesting one. Here's a red piece of glass, probably off of an old car, like a tail light or something like that. That's an interesting piece. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going around. You can see there's glass all over the place. And, you know, I'll pick up, for me, it's kind of like this is a good example. Like this piece of glass here is newer. It's kind of sharp. It broke recently. However, this right here, this piece of aqua came off of a bottle, an old bottle, and it's not. It's more tumbled, it's older. And so this is the kind of stuff I'm gonna take, is the older glass. The newer stuff will just be picked up for the sake of picking up trash. These are just sitting here on the surface. We got run right here, something aid. It's an old soda bottle of some kind, but it's broken, unfortunately, and it's quite beat up. So that's the kind of thing, if I could find something like that that's complete, that would be great. Here's some more, you know, all over the place is this broken porcelain plates and stuff like that. That if you got a chip, you know, you just threw, people just pitched them into old piles like this. But there's just glass and there's just pieces of stuff all over the place. I mean, this is an interesting one here. It would have, I don't know exactly, because look how it's curved. It's an interesting piece. No design on it that I can see, but that's all right. You can see I'm now to the river, but then in the berm just below me, this is what I'm talking about. You see all this old brick and colored pieces of stuff. Look at this bluish colored, grayish piece of ceramic. That's kind of cool, but it's just littered, as you can see, with glass and different things. And so I'm hoping to find something. I'm going to pour through this area pretty seriously, and then I'm going to go down closer to the river and see what I can find down there. We are on the right track. There's all kinds of metal here. You can see the top of old beer bottles or old whiskey bottles. I pulled another one out over here, you can see. It's broken pretty badly, as you can see, but this would have been some kind of, perhaps a whiskey bottle, perhaps some sort of medicine. But everywhere around here, like the closer you get, you see like this is metal, rusted metal pieces right here, right and down in there, that's metal. And then just everywhere, glass. But sometimes you can find interesting stuff out here. Sometimes these things are complete. Sometimes you'll find old marbles. Don't tend to break up as much as some other stuff. But there's just all kinds of weird and interesting things here. And so my hope is, you know, of course, is the more I do this, I will come across something of value or something interesting. Of course, you never know. But the closer I look and the more I scratch around, the more likely it is that I'll find something. No, this is cool. I can tell from a distance that this has some writing on it. And it says something containing, let's see, 1 quart. So this has maybe been a milk bottle or something like that, possibly. All right, just scratching around, I popped this out, which is great. It's a little milk glass lid to some sort of container, not sure what. I'll have to clean it up when we get home, back to the warehouse, but that's a cool find for sure. All right, next kind of cool thing we found is this little spoon. Definitely old. See what we're looking at here when it comes to design. Kind of got like an Art Deco look to it. And then of course, if it's made out of silver or something like that, usually it's indicated on the back here. So let me, we'll clean it off in the water down here in a little bit, but either way, it's cool to find that. The more I dig, the more stuff just pops up, just bubbles up out of the ground. Here's this, look, that's a cool, too bad this is broken because that's a cool looking, you know, it has the, instead of a label, it has something on that, something blue, some kind of, would say what the brand was or something. And then this is interesting too. This is a piece of a glass bottle, and it's got some of the writing on it. But just everywhere you look, I'll just give you an example here. I just kind of start digging. You never know what kind of stuff is going to pop up out of here. More brick. There's a big old brick. Here's a piece of milk glass. Top of a old, looks like an old Sprite or Mountain Dew bottle, something like that. You can just see glass pieces popping up. The more I do this, yeah, another piece of glass. What's that? Is that just a rock? Yeah, that's just a rock, but shoot, I mean, every time I dig in this, and it's not all that, you can see the bottoms of glass. This is a treasure trove, potentially, of cool stuff, you know, because there's metal in here. You never know. Anything that someone didn't want anymore, whether it was broken or not, they used to just pitch out here, and so there's no telling. Like if I were to come here with a metal detector, it'll almost be pointless because there's so many pieces of metal here that went to different things. It's not like I'm likely to find a coin, but as you saw already, here's some more of this, and that kind of broke up a little bit. It's got some blue, so this would have had some kind of a nice pattern on it at one time. But the more I do this, popping up lids to things, I mean, I could stay in this one spot for a while. There's a lid. It's just super interesting. You just have no idea what's going to pop up. Now this is a really interesting piece. Oh, and there's some. Oh, look at that. What we got here? That's cool. It's right next to the thing I was actually going to pick up, which is this glass. It was a part of a bottle, but look at the color in this. It's like a blue, like a bluish green. Very cool. See, we got this here. This was a part of an old Mountain Dew bottle, but look at this, how it's almost like it's been melted, you know, into a weird shape. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's cool. That is definitely an old Mountain Dew bottle. And then if I look over, like there's other big pieces of glass over here, and then you can see, this is the top of an old jug right here. See that white glass or clear glass. And then if I keep just looking over and combing down, there's other pieces, old Bush Light. And then you can see other pieces of bottles and things all just sort of buried along here as well. Scratching, I just grabbed a hold of this, which would have been, I don't know if that would have been like a syrup container or oil or what that is, but it's cool to find a piece that has the handle still on it. And then as I look over here, I can see white with like a glimmer of blue. You see that? Well, actually, here's a cool piece too. This is like ceramic as well, but look at this right here. This probably would have been a teacup, and look at that, the little blue on it. It's beautiful. I mean, sure, it's broken, but that's a cool piece that a person could do some crafty thing with. All right, you can see right here, a little piece right here by a tiny little, pretty little piece of cobalt. But you can see another Pepsi can, and this is the second one that appears to be melted. And so my guess is this was clearly a fairly large, you can see it goes all the way down the hill, fairly large dump site, but likely was also something that they put maybe trash or wood or something in and then burned. Because there's no reason why this, oh, look at this piece right here underneath of that. It's kind of white and speckled. They probably burned it, and that's why it melted this glass when it got really hot. And you can see here's another piece of brown that's got a word on it, not. Okay, here's another piece. That's probably from an old Sprite bottle right here. Okay, something like that, or Mountain Dew. This right here, definitely an old Coke bottle, not too terribly old, from Marion, North Carolina, which is about 30 miles from here. So, you know, kind of stands to reason that local stuff would end up in a local pile. Here's the bottom of likely a whiskey jar. It's got numbers on it. I could probably cross-reference, but the thing is that you got to look close, because as you get down here, you'll see, like, here's the top of a bottle. Most of this is broken, folks, and that's why it's here, is because it was discarded, because it was damaged, couldn't be reused. Here's another type of a cool old bottle here. It does not have a pontil, so it's not too terribly old. But big old pieces of just everything you can think of. Okay, so we might have found our first complete bottle. It's a small one, but it's an old aspirin bottle, it says. Let's see here. It's a Bayer aspirin bottle. Well, interesting. And it is old. You can see it has the Ponto mark here. So this was a hand-blown bottle. That is a great little find. You see, I just popped this up out of the ground. And that's beautiful. That may be made in some sort of an Asian motif. Possibly is Asian and was made for Chinese export as an export piece, or maybe it's an American version of something. But that's a cool little piece right there. All right, we have our first bone here. Not sure what kind of bone, but it is a bone nonetheless. Likely a beef bone or something, maybe a pig. You know, tossing their bones in with all the rest of the trash. The thing about digging like this is there's so much ground to cover here, and who knows how deep and thick this is. Right here we got ourselves an RC cola bottle, part of one. But see, what I can do is I can grab whatever seems to make sense here now, and then I can come back after the next time it rains, and see the rain will then wash off all the stuff here that I pull up that I can't really tell. Here's a nice top of a cobalt bottle right there. That's pretty. Broken, of course, but somebody might like that or be able to use it. Pulling up lots of pieces of metal, lots of everything you can see. I mean, I don't have to dig too far to pull up a bunch of stuff, and then I can, of course, just do surface collecting along here. All kinds of stuff. I've had several heartbreakers. I keep coming across stuff like, ouch, stuff like this, where, you know, you'll think you've got a full one, and nope. Or this right here, like maybe it's full. Nope. Just so much broken. Probably broken even before it was thrown into this pile, to be honest with you. But because I have found one, at least so far, it was intact. I mean, it stands to reason that there could be more. But they're just so, you know, just this heap of metal and glass. And there's just so much to look at. I'm sure I'm missing stuff as well. But I mean, this just continues. As you can see, it's just all along here. If I keep walking, you know, here's the bottoms of all kinds. Let's see. And this one's not popping up yet. Oh, yeah, it's broken too. But look at that. That's kind of cool. No idea, no marking on it, so I don't know. It's broken. But when you see the bottoms of these things, it makes you excited. Like, oh, nope, that's the bottom of a glass, of another bottle. But as I keep going, more and more of these, more and more, until, and you can see how old. I mean, this stuff is just, it's just stuck in here, been here for who knows how long. There's a bottom of an interesting one. Let's see, partially melted, but we might be able to see what it was. And it says Duraglass. Duraglass, a little brown glass, but you can see the water is right there. This is how close I am to the river. So this dump site was right here at the river, and probably smart, because then if they're burning it, you know, they got water close in case that they needed to use the water. Here's a big bottom to a big old jar right there. Well, just got to keep at it. Had several more almosts, but it's interesting. Now where was it? I want to hear it right here. You can see this one is broken, but you can see Syracuse, China, Econo rim. Don't know where that's from, but it helps you date and generally know. You can look up, but still a lot to go through, and this just keeps going on for a while. Right around this corner, there's even more, and so I'm gonna make my way there. Oh, look, Here's an old tool case. All right, look at this. She's intact. Not too terribly old, but what do we got here? Can't quite. Let's get it up in the sunlight here and zoom in. It's very faint, it's hard to see, but it's an interesting shaped bottle. Not sure what's in that, but we'll get it back and clean it up. Again, I was just digging in the same area right here where most everything that's coming out is broken. But you know, as they threw this stuff in, most stuff broke, but stuff that didn't is now insulated by all the stuff around it. And you just never know. I mean, there could be large, get off of there. There could be get off. Look at this junk. All right, just pop this out. It looks like it's got some color on it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a pattern there. Another cool little, cool, colorful piece. All right, look what popped up here. Another little, is this gonna be another, oh, it says McCormick. McCormick. So I don't know what that was, but that's going in, and as I look here, I can barely spy what looks to be one here. Now let's, fingers crossed, be careful, get this metal off of it. I'll dig out from around it here. Let's see. Aha, yes, good. That's a cool bottle. How old, I don't know, but it's a neat shape. Awesome. I think we've, if I found 3 or 4 complete ones so far? That's great. I've only been here an hour. All right, got another one that just popped up. Good, yep. So this is, you can see that pontoon, it's pretty large, but this is a hand-blown situation as well. Nothing huge, nothing terribly exciting yet, but find anything that's complete. Like, look, you can see right here, this edge. It's probably going to be broken. Most of them are. You never know. Yep, broken. Well, you know, you can't always. What is that? Huh. It's hard. I don't know what that is. All right, gotta keep going. It's likely to just be a regular white, but because it's so large, I've been digging at it, haven't really got it out yet. And we're gonna see here. Oh no. So this is a plate, like a dinner plate of some kind. And yeah, you got a beautiful motif here. And I found maybe 15 or 16 different patterns so far. All broken, of course, but that's very cool. I'm gonna make sure I don't cover up my bottle. I gotta get those in the bag. Well, we had an old toilet seat right there sticking out. Back here is where I've been. See the bag there. Taking a break, I'm moving over this way. And I stretch my back. There's still stuff bubbling up out of the ground here around this area. So I figured I'd check over in here. Still remnants of bottles, pieces of this and that, just random stuff. And so yeah, I'm seeing remnants of stuff like that. And so I'm wondering if maybe around here would also be a decent place to sort of dig and see if anything comes bubbling up, sort of out of the side here. So I may dig around. You can see it's up there too. See what we can find. Really neat piece of textured cobalt right there, you can see. And then if I dip over the edge, here's another little piece. And you can see this is all just dumping off down the side. And why is that? Well, this was a dump. And you can see right here where, you see where the water is flowing right now? That's about how wide the river was originally. And you can see how much here that it has carved out and into here. It's just cut it all out, and now it's back to normal. So it cut into the side here, and so I'm probably going to need to go down here and just look around and see what may be popping out down there. And then I may find myself on some of these rock banks just to see if anything's laying down there. Oh, look at this. Where's it? Here it is. This cool piece just sticking out of the mud here. That's a cool, another interesting pattern. Haven't seen yet. So many different variations of designs and stuff with the ceramic ware I'm finding here. All right, I'm hopeful. Uh-oh, I'm concerned that it's broken and or, oh my goodness, it's just melted. Look at that. Well, that's not gonna do any good for me. Melted. I see a little jar down there. Right here. We'll go find that in a second. I'm going to keep looking at maybe a couple others just washing around up there as well. All right, so this little beauty was just up here on the hillside. You can see it still has the rusted metal top, mostly intact. I mean, it's going to crumble off to take it off, but it's still there. And on the back, you can see it does have a pontoon. You can see this secondary ridge here. It's a large one, but this was hand blown right here where my nail is. And if I scrape it, there's numbers. And I'll have to look that up, but that'll help me. That was a good size one, little jar. All right, so I lift up this door here, and so now look what we got here. Some interesting stuff. So we got a couple little bottles down here. So here's this one. This one's here, and it's intact, but it is partially melted. And then, I spy all kinds of interesting stuff. This might be a good spot for bottles because, you know, we're seeing some of these. I see this. Let's see if that's, nope, it's just broken. Other pieces down in here broken. If I keep looking around, yeah, look at this. There's something right here, and it looks like, oh my goodness, it's still got whatever it had inside of it. It's white. It's like a powder of some kind. That's cool. Oh, look at this. Okay. Everywhere I look, I'm spying. Obviously, we got broken glass and pieces here, but look at this right here. Other broken pieces right here. Look at this right here. Oh, good. It's full. It's good. Oh, and it's got, oh, it's a Listerine bottle. Look at that. It says Listerine. And it's old. It's an old one. Very cool. These small bottles are great. I love it. Oh boy. All right. Spoon number 2. This is cool. And look at that. Let's see if I can. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Focus here. You can see this got like this star design kind of on it. Very cool. I doubt this is terribly old. But what are we looking at here? It says it's a stainless steel. I can't tell what it is, but I'm still going to put it with our stuff. Look, right here, just in the first 10 minutes is what I've pulled out. And a spoon. So I'm liking this spot so far. All right, digging. I came across what appears to be another bottle. It's a ribbed, which is cool. Haven't seen that yet. And so let's see if she's... Oh, good. Yeah. Look at that. I don't know what kind she is, but you know, we'll have to look it up when we get back. But that's a nice intact bottle. Very cool. Different sizes, different shapes. All right, gonna keep going. Okay, just pull this out. Oh, how bright that is. Another piece of ceramic. Okay, again, we've got the, oh, that's blue. We got our first complete cobalt. It's Noxema, everybody. It's Noxema. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna polish that up. It'll be real pretty. Nice. Another old bottle. You can see by this pontil here. That means they were hand blown, handmade. Not seeing a lot of embossment on any of these yet, which is too bad. I love it when they're embossed, but we're gonna keep going. It seems like every 3 or 4 scratches I come across something. So this time I'm gonna try to, it's just a rock, but I'm gonna try to pull something out while you're watching so that you don't think I'm just toying with you here and planting stuff, because I certainly am not. All right, more pieces. That's broken. That's metal. Whew. Harder to do with one hand. All right, let's dig some more over here. It's getting hot, folks. It's getting hot out here. Oh, there's a Coke, but it's broken. Piece of Coke bottle. What else we got here? Can we pull some more full bottles out here, please? More metal. All right. Well, here's something right here, but I think it's broken too. Yep. Those are broken. Let's get this plant that's there's something with a label. Let's go. Come on. As soon as I start filming, oh, here's something. Nope, it's a root. It's a root. All right, doggone yes. Come on now. Oh, here's something. There we go. Oh, no, that's top. Okay. Can I please have a full one? Doggone. All right. I found another one. Don't know if it's complete or not, but it's fairly big, and it's got some green glass next to it. I don't want to cut my finger. I need to cut more of this out and around it. I think that's a rock next to it. That's maybe an old Mountain Dew bottle or Sprite. Something like that. We got roots involved here and everything else. Metal pieces in here. Get out of here, rock. Okay. Oh, yes. Look at that shape. That's a cool shape right there. What do we got here? Oh, man. That's a cool bottle. It's got a pontil too. At first I thought it said 1841, but I think it says 1B41. All right, not as old, but still a cool bottle. Whew. All right, it's about 80 degrees out here, so it's quite hot. I got here about 8:45. It's 10:30. I was trying to get out before it gets too terribly hot because doggone, I mean, you can see my red face. I already got a nice sunburn on my head. I'm gonna have some water here and take a quick break, get in the shade. Then I'm gonna go down and try my hand down here at the bottom of the hill near the water, just to take a break from just, right there in that spot. Although it's been nice, I've found probably 8 to 10 bottles out of there. No really nice like soda bottles or anything terribly valuable, but definitely a lot of older ones that were hand blown, and that's awesome. So I'm gonna go down, try my hand at that. Here's some kind of old machinery that has been uncovered. You can see the green kind of color, the old knobs. It says mirror maybe on that. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's neat. So I traversed down this small little area here, and you can still see the glass and pieces of stuff all through here. And so now I'm basically looking here at the side of the bank. You can see all this metal, twisted metal coming out of here and stuff. This is all part of this dump area, and it goes down several feet, but then, a lot of this was washed down here. So I'm gonna kind of walk around and see if there's anything just sort of laying out, more easy to access. And then I might try my hand at a little bank here and there. All right, see if I can find it. I saw it as it tumbled down. There it is. It's this little piece right here. I think, yeah, that's it. It is a button, and it's made out of glass. Come on now. Let's zoom in here, please. Here we go. It's chipped, unfortunately, but it was glazed with enamel at one time, which is it's cool. I'd love to find another one or two that are not damaged. So, examining this bank up close, I dug some over there. Lots of debris, lots of broken glass, nothing really whole. But you see, there's just a ton of this stuff. You look in here, and you find little pieces of ceramic. I was hoping to find some cool, but look at this. Like, I don't know if that's attached, but oh yeah, pull it out. Yeah, it's like a little plastic thing, and it's got this. Maybe that's, yeah, I guess that's plastic. I'm not really sure. Some kind of device or something that went on a piece of equipment, but I'm not sure what. And you got stuff like this sticking out. And of course, nothing's whole. Got some crockery here. All kinds of interesting things. All right, now we're about to get somewhere. So I walk over here. I see this sticking out. You look up, and look, these are sticking out. Got different colored stuff. So I'm gonna focus in this area for just a moment, see what might be found. But let's start with this puppy. Ah, bummer. It's broken. I think this is one of those, yeah, so at one time this would have had a label on it, because you can see this open part here. Usually that's where the label would have been stuck. Can't know what kind of bottle it is because the bottom is not intact, which is a bummer, but I'm gonna try my hand at some of these. I've not had good luck, although that's quite thick. Okay, let me scrape on this a bit and then we'll come back to it. All right, I uncovered another one right here as I was digging. Let's see what this puppy's saying. Oh, I don't know why this doesn't want to zoom here. Come on now. 10:08. Set that there. Look at this. As stuff's coming out, more stuff is revealed, and that's broken. Let's see. Come on, doggone yous. It's a Coke bottle. Oh, yes. It's a Coke bottle, and it's intact. Still got a bunch of liquid in it. Let's see if it'll say where she's from. All right, let's see here. Can't quite tell. We'll have to get her back and wash her up. This can't be terribly old, I don't think, but it's really cool to find an intact one. First intact Coke bottle I found today. Yippee. So I've pulled 4 bottles out of this area right here, and then up above, you can see, whoop, there's a little bee. Don't get me, bee. I like you. You bumblebees are good. And then there's this one right here, and it seems longer than normal. Okay, we got a Pepsi Cola bottle, and then right here something metal. All right, spoon number 3. Spoon number 3. Looks like another one of these stainless steel number, Atlas stainless steel. All right, well, we got cutlery. We got bottles galore. Oh, look at this here. This is a long, skinny one. Cool. Huh. Folks, this is just an absolute honey hole. I keep making my way down this direction, and there's just so much simply just sticking out right here. That one's broken. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can scratch it. Oh, get off of me, stick, a little bit. And you'll see that's broken. But look at this. As I keep making my way over, I'm going to run out of room because we're going to get in the water unless I want to step in the water. But look at this. This is a deep pit. They've been throwing stuff in here for a long time. There's this one right there. And then look at this big honking piece right there sticking out. You got another one here. And even more. Like you can see a green bottle just down the way. You see how close I am to the water here. Right there. So I'm gonna make my way around and I'll show you what I find without even having to dig. I can even see more. Goodness gracious, there's one. There's something right there as well. This is gonna be fun pulling these out. All right, I think I loosened this one enough that I can maybe pull it out of here. It's a little deeper than I realized. Okay, and yet another shape I've not come across yet. Here we go with that one. That's a cool little piece. Little piece of cobalt glass just laying there right next to it. All right, I'm just looking because, you know, the harder you look, the more little things you see. And, you know, there's no telling how much the storm loosened up and washed away. There's probably bottles all along the bottom of this creek here. But I'm just looking at ones like this. Here's a broken piece. There's broken pieces all along. This is one. Okay. RC Cola. Man, we got Coke, we got Pepsi, and we've got RC Cola. I'm loving that we're getting so many different kinds. And I don't know what this is. This is like a pitcher. Oh, it looks like a milk bottle. Now that's exciting. It looks like a milk bottle of some kind. Oh, very cool. And you can see the poncho there is old. Very old. All right, I'll come back and I'll look more closely up in here in a moment, but I'm gonna, oop, oh, stepped in mud. Oh, it's so muddy over here. Shoot. Look at my shoes. That's okay. It's all right, no problems, no problem. Don't worry about old Rusty. He's been dirty before. Oh man, look at this big old hole. I'm gonna have to hold on to this root here just to get around this edge. And look at this as I try to, oh, okay. Okay, get my foot in here. Rusty, get your foot in here. Okay, so, where is it? Where's that pesky thing? I think I passed it. There's a bottle right here. It's still got a plastic cap on, so it can't be that terribly old. Looking underneath metal and stuff, I see more. Here's a bottle. Oh, that's cool. I love how this is set up because now I don't have to dig a huge pit. This is just all along the side. You can see this right here, probably a Clorox bottle. This right here, another cool looking bottle. Oh, bummer. Bummer town, folks. I thought it was gonna be intact. I'll still take it. Just got that one, the corners image. Well, it's cracked here too. I do wanna clean it though to see what kind it is. So they got those. And there's more pieces of like flooring and stuff in here. Here's an old, what do we got here? It's an old, probably an old beer can of some kind. Black label beer, folks. Let's grab this. I mean, it's just sitting here, might as well, right? Still got remnants of a label on it too. Set that there. I mean, look at this, folks. It's just a honey hole. Look under here. Look at that. Oh, I'll grab it too. Oh, God, they're just everywhere. Look, below me. There's that. Unbelievable. Here. Everywhere I look, I'm finding them. Here's one half down in the water. Okay. Rinse that puppy just a little bit. Okay. Not too terribly old. Here's another. I don't want to. Some broken pieces. Might as well just step in the water. I don't know who I'm fooling here. But I see a piece of metal, and then here's one, and I don't know if it's contact. It is. And it's still got part of the original label on it. It's cracked. It's too bad, but it is intact. So that's cool. And I even see more over there on the hillside. I'm gonna have to go to around the other side, but there's still more. Look at the Pepsi Cola there. This is just, it's just amazing, folks. I've never been to a place where I have found so many intact bottles. And of course, not all of these are gonna be terribly old. Oh, here's the one that I had been looking for originally. It looks like the bottom. Oh, look at that. As I set it down, it just broke in pieces. Goodness. it waited here this whole time for me to find it. And then as soon as I found it, it just broke to pieces. There was another green Coke bottle. Super cool, but we'll never know where it's from because it's broken there on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna try to make my way over here again, holding on to junk. There's another glass thing down there. There's part of a bottle, a couple bottles, one just sitting out of the water there. Look at that. Sitting in the water. And then others sliding down the hill. So, I mean, I might as well grab them and see what's going on. All right, now, got a little bit of better footing. Step up. Stuff's all coming down, and glass is coming down. And as this stuff recedes, folks, I wouldn't be surprised if it opens up more bottles, more parts of bottles, honestly. Yep. Let's just do this and work our way up and see what happens. All right. A little bit here. I'm not worried about causing any trash in the water because I'm actually up a ways. So even this stuff that's coming down, don't worry, folks. It's not going to the water. I'm not littering anymore. I mean, this is just a dump pile. I'm trying to make my way up. I see a Frosty soda glass there. It's broken. But we see something else here. Yep, that's broken too. But this one was from Biloxi, Mississippi. That's cool. Set that there. Keep moving. Here's parts of more broken parts. I'm trying to make my way up to the ones I want to get up here. There's just no way to hold on. Oh, there was a fork, or part of a fork. Did that go down? You guys see that? I swear I saw part of a fork here. Was that a... No. Where are yous? Oh, here it is. All right, we got ourselves a fork. It's cool. Metal, gotta grab that one. You know, before I forget about it, let me just, or get buried, let me just, step in the water. Oh, use the fork. Mr. Divine intervention here. Whew. It's cracked, but it's cool little bottle. I'll clean that up. We'll see what we got here in a moment. Setting that back up here. Okay. Fork there. All right, I gotta try to get position. Put my weight on. Hop up. Okay, so here's that Biloxi, Mississippi one. Put that there. There's more pieces. Who knows how many are up here? Here's another one falling out. Here's a Frosty, but she's broken. It's cool. What do we got? This feels like glass, but it looks like it's melted. That one's broken. Doggone. This one's not broken, it doesn't look like. Reska. Reska. A green bottle. Have no idea how old it is, but it is, again, one I haven't found yet. I found several different brands. Oh, look at this. Just sort of hiding behind the thing here. This is just so fun. They're just bubbling out of the ground, you know, just literally coming out, peeking at me, saying what's up. Here's another bottle right down there, rounded one. Right there, I gotta try to grab. And another one over there. Shoot, so many, folks. And I gotta make my way down to here. Look at this. That clear one looks pretty cool. It's gonna be hard to reach that though. So this is the bank, that I've been working here. It's been a hunting hole so far. And I took a quick break. I came over here to the river. I put some of the bottles that I already have found, not all of them, but a few. I'm just letting them kind of rinse, And then I'm just sort of looking around the ground to see if there's any interesting things, From time to time, you find some stuff. Got to keep your eyes peeled because you never know what might be out there. Just like over in that hill, I was pulling all kinds of stuff, oodles and noodles and stuff. Now that's cool. That's some sort of ceramic thing. Maybe that was a part of a power line or something. If you wash it off, you can see that. It's cool. So, put that there. I don't know if you can tell, but if you can see, like, see that white? See that white? See this white? This is all pieces of that ceramic. And by the way, I decided I don't care if I get wet, so I'm gonna step in the water here and see if any of these have print on them. You know, are they interesting prints? Are they not? And sorry, I'm trying to adjust my. So twisted up, my pant legs are twisted. Oh, doggone yes, come on now. Oh, hey, all right, we're gonna head out. Here's some greenish, bluish glass. We'll see what we might find. Phew, it's chilly. All right, let's see. The water is deceptive. Can't quite tell. And it's looking like it's just going to be a regular old thick piece of rock. Okay, get that out of the river so I don't think that I haven't found it yet. Here's another one. So I don't want to lose my stick here. All right, so there's this part of the plate. There's another. That's not it. Oh man, it's a lot in here. Look at that. This is probably part of an old. Toilet, you know. What do we got here? Another. Oh, it's crock. It's got brown glaze on one side, white on the other. See another interesting piece, or a couple of pieces over here. This one seems to be. Oh no, I thought it had a shape to it, but it was actually just underneath of a rock. It's that green bowl again. And then there's something that's an interesting shape, unless it's just part of it. That we can see. Here we go. Yeah, just some milk glass. Another piece here. All this stuff unearthed from the hurricane. Who knows how long it's been in the ground. Just waiting for somebody to pull her out. So I just exposed this, which is quite large. Looks like a saucer or a plate, and I'm hoping that maybe it's intact. I'm gonna be very careful and see. I've not found a plate or anything like that intact yet, so I'd be really excited if this one was whole. All right, looks like it is. Gotta be careful because there's a giant brick that's resting on it here. Okay, here's a big reveal. We're gonna get this stuff down here. Look at that. Oh no, it's broken. And all this mud off of here. Let's see. Is it just plain white? Why would someone throw a whole plate away? Oh, cool. It's got these little stars on it. That's cool. Oh, cool. Man, pretty darn good condition. From out of a dump, that's pretty good, I should say. All right, I'm getting kind of excited. I can tell that the tip is broken. Now, do you see that? Let me see if I can. Watch this. Okay, now do you see? This is a large glass jug. And it is so tight in there, I'm gonna have to really get in and work on it. But that is exciting. You can see what I'm working with here. Here's the jug, but all of this is metal. Well, this is roots, but this is all metal wire. It's also sitting on top of a big root, so I've got to somehow claw on the top and the side to see if I can pull her out that way. All right, I freed her up. And I'm gonna pull her out now and set her there. Look at that. It says gallon, 1 gallon. It's a heartbreaker though, folks, because we were so close to having a complete one with no damage, but still cool. And this is old. I mean, you can see the pontil mark here. So this was a hand-blown piece, and it has survived for who knows how many years. That's awesome. All right, something here. Looks like another royal crown. Oh yeah, royal crown. And it's intact. Fantastic. All right, sitting right down here is this little bottle and a little blue cobalt piece of glass. Still got the rusted lid on it. That's awesome. And then if we look in here, it's possible to find something else sticking out in here. You never know. Not sure. Looking along. Gotta look real close and see. You guys see anything else I'm missing? Here's a jar that's broken. Here's some glass. Some more glass. Here's some. It looks like it's been melted. Oh, here's a piece. But it's just broken. All right. Well, we'll keep going. It's a broken bottle. So along that bank is where all the stuff I found has come out of. But now I'm going to hit some of these rocky banks and see if anything came down the water and washed up down around there. I suspect that this is probably most likely what I'm going to find is stuff like this, a bottle that's broken. Don't know. But then over here, look at this. This is cute, right next to each other. Trademark, it's probably a piece of a Coke bottle, and this right here next to it says cola. This is a pretty sight right here, as you can see. Oh, nice. She is intact. And it says brick. Brick. Don't know what that is, but you know, we'll look it up when we get back to the warehouse. So look at this. You can still see all of these pieces of pottery scattered, plates and things scattered all the way down, all the way out in the middle of the river. You know, folks, I couldn't have asked for a better day because it's so clear. And so in here, I mean, you never know what you might find. I see that piece there. It's just got some, I can see the outline of potentially some glass right here. Got to be very careful reaching into the water though, because see, look at that. It's broken. So I got to be very, very careful. I don't want to cut myself. This one looks like it may have some writing on it. Let's see here. Yeah. Syracuse, China. And the tiniest piece of glass that says Pepsi. But I see lots of glass out here. It's possible there's some unbroken things out here, but my guess is most, if not all of it's going to be broken. But you also never know. Sometimes you find, I mean, it's possible to find coins. It's possible to find jewelry. I see here some geese down the way. That's nice to hear. Some more of this pottery here. You could find, I mean, really, in a dump, who knows? Who knows? Some more glass. Gotta pick this stuff up. I mean, there's so much junk here, I can't pick it all up, but I am picking up stuff that I find in the river because to dump, because I don't want there to be glass in the river forever, you know. That's not good. This would be such a fun place for kids to wait around in, and I'd be concerned that it might get hurt or something. I'm going to check all these pieces out here and see if there's anything else interesting out here. Sometimes you got to scratch around. Sometimes they're just sitting there waiting for you. That's a cool little bottle. Once I've gone through and kind of combed through it, though, it makes sense to kind of scratch around from time to time because, you know, these were naturally formed when the water came through here with such force, and as that started to recede, things got piled. I mean, I guarantee you there's all kinds of goodies underneath me here. Down in this soil, it's just glass and all kinds of stuff, but you never know what could have washed up and turned up. This is some glass that clearly has been melted. And you know, you can see little pieces of bottle here. Just walk along, you know, little pieces. It's a treasure hunt for sure. Oh, what do we got here? It looks like part of an old part of a thermometer or something like that. A ruler or something. Huh, it's glass. Interesting. Well, look who came to visit me. They're coming up here and they're honking, they're making their presence known. Hey, I'm here. I don't know who you are, but this is sort of our spot. That's fine, I won't be here forever. Gorgeous little geese, hi. Hi there. I mean, look how close they're at to me right here. I'm like right here. I could walk right out to them if I wanted to. They're like, nope, not a chance, son. All right, I won't bother you. What a beautiful day. I mean, just look at this. Look at this marble. Another marble. This one's a little yellow one. Look at that puppy. It's small, but it's so bright in color, it was easy to see. Well, here's the little bottle haul, folks. They're in here. They're soaking it up, and we'll pull these out soon and try to discuss and see what we found. All right, look at all of these little treasures that were found today, just in a few hours' time. Next video, we'll take a look at these up close. Thank you folks for tuning into this video. Did we find a lot of super valuable stuff? Maybe not, but certainly had a fantastic day. Sunshine, love the fresh air out there, and it was really just cool to find stuff. After some of the work that was done, next time it rains, I'm going to go back because it likely will reveal even more things. But in the next video, we'll talk about this stuff and go into some of the stuff that we're buying and selling right now. Good luck treasure hunting, folks. We'll catch you soon. Beep, boop, boop. Let's go make some money. Rusty, Rusty, Rusty,